I would love to say at this point that I've been waiting patiently for this next and potentially last Digimon film, Digimon Last Evolution. But the truth is, it's been rather impatient. I've been clamoring for this, I've been waiting, I've been hoping, I've been dreaming, and Japan's just like, no, release date pushed back, release date not now. And I'm like, but why? It's done. It's all done. You just need to give it to us. Digital download, we buy it. I know no cinema time, but digital download, I do it. I do it for you and for me, for your pleasure and my own pleasure. But apparently it is indeed coming out in English in about 2 months' time, which is okay, I guess, even though it came out in Japan in like February or March. There was no English sub though. There was only Japanese sub and dub, the original, which I prefer actually Japanese voices and English sub. I don't mind the English voices, like as a kid that was the shit, but when I watched like Digimon repeatedly now over the years, over the decades, I've watched it both with subs and with dubs, and I like either one. So I think when I do watch this, I'm going to want to watch it with subs rather than English dub. But let's get to this trailer, official English trailer, official English dub trailer. So let's get to this, maybe it'll put off my Digimon cravings for a little bit. Let's get to it. Let's go. Nope, didn't work. Just my luck. Is it going to work this time? There you go.
I got class. Smell you later.
Crazy.
Bad things can't stay the same forever. Friends sometimes grow apart.
Do you know why Digimon partners pick the children they work with? The possibilities are endless. The power of your Digimon steadily dwindles. Bond between Digimon and partner is broken forever.
Does this mean we all have to say goodbye to our Digimon?
Oh man. Oh, the butterfly.
Digimon that robs Digidestined of their consciousness.
No, don't! Forcing your partner to Digivolve accelerates your separation.
And that will only speed up their goodbyes.
Let's get this show on the road. Save them all.
Everybody ready to go?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I remember they...
We may not be able to change our fate, but who cares?
We all live with the choices we make. This is going to be our final Digivolution.
Oh, man.
Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna.
You know, Ty, you sure have gotten big.
Oh, man. Oof. You know what? I'm not a crier, all right? This type of stuff, nothing gets me. I'm a cold-hearted son of a bitch. But this almost broke me, man. All right? It almost did. I think it's just the song, you know. The track is so iconic, I think, for any anime fan in general, but specifically Digimon fans. It just takes you on a journey. It's so up and down. There's so many layers to it. And I think it sort of like epitomises the show. Like, it is that. The show is that song. And it's just so well matched to the actual anime. But that last line hit different this time, though. Look, Ty, you look all grown up now. How big you've got. It's like, before it was like, okay, I heard that line in the English sub trailers, and it didn't really do anything. But this time, I sort of thought about it more, because it was more direct. I think this was a much more direct trailer than the previous ones. That's interesting. So the more they digivolve, the weaker their bond gets with the Digidestined. So it's like the more they save the world, the weaker their bond gets, which is like, that's a dilemma. That's a big obstacle to overcome. Story writing 101, you know? You need to like have those types of things. And this one, whew. And they've got a time scale here, which is super critical, I guess. Last Evolution, maybe there's going to be some big time Last Evolution with like all the main Digimon coming together and like becoming like one god Digimon, like either the North, East, South, West, one of the original like deities Digimon, which is cool. I don't know, this one did hit different. Normally English versions don't, but I think the story was so laid out in this one compared to the others that it was just, wow. you're genuinely just losing that part of you. And I think that everyone who's watched Digimon and appreciates it, and not everyone has to love it, alright? It's just like anything in life. Some people won't like it and some people do, but I think if you give it the time and you commit to it, especially the first 2 seasons. Try was okay. I might do a review of Try, but I think I've left it a bit late now. But, Adventures 1, Adventures 2, and also Tamers. Even Tamers I thought was actually very well done. I didn't like it as much as a child, but I rewatched it when I was like 15 or 16, and I have a newfound appreciation for that season of Digimon. It was a lot more dark, like it was darker. And I think that's probably why I didn't like it as much as a kid. But the plot, the through lines, the philosophy, the philosophical nature of these shows, watching them as kids, you don't realize how crucial they are to like your cognitive development. And while Pokemon is about Pokemon, I love Pokemon. I'm a Pokemon guy, but I'm first and foremost, if Digimon and Pokemon are there, I'm Digimon guy. And I think that's because there is a story and a real meaning behind what the show is, whereas Pokemon is a lot more surface. By all means, there is some inherent structure to that show and the way it's influenced people. It wouldn't have done what it has done if it hadn't had something behind it and backing it. But I think that the fact it was a simpler story, and I think the fact that there was less to do with technicalities with the way the creatures, the monsters, pocket monsters or digital monsters, were involved in the story, I think that made that an easier sell than Digimon. Digimon was inherently much more technical and much more difficult, to put over. But it sold me, and this trailer also, probably the best trailer so far. I like the other trailers a lot. One of them was just super hard, but this one, I just got E'd on. That's a bit rank. I don't know what that means, but it means something not good, I know what that means. And I think everyone who watches Digimon knows why they love it for their own specific reason. I think for me, one of the biggest things was just watching Digimon and then Digimon Adventure 2, seeing the actual growth, like the characters from season 1 grew up, and it was like, wow, you don't see that a lot in any anime. But they chose to, even at that point, all those years ago, age up from season 1 to season 2. And then you see with Try, they aged up again. So there's a character growth and progression, and I think that's something which has brought people back to the franchise again and again and again. And I think with Try, they did it. I don't think they did it super successfully in terms of story. I think the characters were there and that's what made you love that show and that season. But I don't think the story was inherently amazing. It was a bit pull apart. But I think that's because they originally did it in films and then they did it into a TV show, and I think the editing was a bit out of place. It was a bit all over the place, honestly, the editing in that show. I think they cut wrong episodes together at wrong times and it was a bit off. But the fact when you watch Try about 18 months ago, a year ago, 18 months ago when I finished it, it was like, these guys are like my age now. And I'm watching these 21, 22, 23-year-olds being in the world. And it's just weird. And it's like, this is how we are. We're just confused people. That's just people in general. Everyone is confused. But you're even more confused, I guess, when you're like between 18 and 25 or 18 and 30. Some people don't figure themselves out till much later in life. I hope that doesn't come with me. Like, I think I have some type of direction. I have a mind, I have a mindset and a goal. And you need to have lots of goals. There's this great thing Mike Tyson said. He said, everyone is a plan till they get punched in the face. Like, don't have a plan, but have like crumbs of a plan laid about that like, yeah, there's that direction there and that's that, and then that can lead to that maybe, and then there's this and this and this, but don't be like, that's my plan, I'm gonna do that, because then if that doesn't come off, it can really, really break you. Okay, it's happened to a lot of people. A lot of people. So like, know what you want to do and really drive for it, but don't be like, this are gonna happen. Be like, I'm gonna do this, and then this, and let's see what happens, and maybe that'll happen, and that would be great. But I think that's just part of life. Like, the unknown is part of the journey, and that's something Digimon sort of puts through with the show, and I think that's one of the reasons, in my opinion, why it makes it great. If you haven't watched Digimon, lads, I know this is like a 24, 25-year-old speaking here, but like, watch it. You get a lot out of it. It really does have a lot of intrinsic human elements in it. And for a kid's show, I think it's something that's missing in a lot of modern day children's television. Like, it's a lot of mindless stuff now. Whereas I think back then, Samurai Jack, Dragon Ball Z, while you could say a lot of it's mindless and a lot of it was, there was a lot of spirituality elements in it. There was a lot of things about improving yourself and bettering yourself. I never watched Naruto, but I feel that was something in that as well. And I feel a lot of stuff nowadays, especially in Western animation and cartoon, for kids, for TV, is just not like that. Avatar: The Legend of Aang is the last thing I think that had that gravitas to it. And I think that's why it's having a sort of resurgence now, where people have been on quarantine and on lockdown, and people being like, whoa, I never knew about this show called Avatar: The Legend of Aang. You heard of this? And I'm like, yeah, I've been telling you about it for like 10 years, 15 years. What do you mean I've heard of it? I was watching it, episode 1, Nickelodeon, 2005 or 6. I was there. I was there after school every day. You know, and that was my life. It was come home, get home just before Avatar starts, because like it was a long journey home, all right? It really was. Public transport at 11, not the best. Not the best, but it's what it is. Get home just before, watch it, start doing homework, eat dinner, shower, go to sleep. For like 4 years of my life, that was my life. As it is with most people, I guess. But yeah, just, they don't make it like they used to. And I think this is like that last hurrah. I hope the film's good. I hope it's not a letdown. I haven't heard much about it. I've chose not to read anything at all about it. Even in this trailer, there were parts I didn't fully take in, like unknown Digimon, Isomon, Esmon, Eosmon, I don't know. A Digimon that like wipes Digidestin's minds. So like it ruins the bond between Digimon and Digidestin. I don't know, all right? I just know that this one is going to get me. It's going to get me. It's going to get me good. Incoming review when it does indeed come out. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then War Greymon will come after you. You don't want that, man. He's got the courage, man. He's got the beef. He's pretty beefy. He's a beefy guy, but he's got the courage. He's got the life. He's got the Jaan. That means life in Hindi. You don't want that. You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great, and I'll see ya next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Yes, indeed, every day. Been doing it for over 2 years now, and we ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So if you could subscribe, that would be great. Just over 4,000 now. So we're getting there. It's slow, it's steady, but slow and steady wins the race. Remember that good old adage? The rabbit and the hare. The rabbit, the hare is the rabbit. The hare and the tortoise. There you go. Slow and steady wins the race. So subscribe. That would be very, very appreciated by everyone here. Me and India. It's a big team we have. It's not a team at all. It's me and then sometimes India. It's well, I suppose it's a team. Moral support is important as well. So see you tomorrow, because I'll be here again with some more quality shitty content, because I'm hashtag never not here. Yes, indeed. All the previous sentences led up to that. Hashtag never not here, because it's just a fact of life. Digimon is great. I go to sleep for about 4 hours a night, and I'm hashtag never not here. So see you tomorrow, because I will indeed be here again. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.